Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is another episode of Norton Man Reviews with me, your host, John. Today's a special day. It's my birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to me. Put an F in the chat. Say happy birthday in the chat or in the comments. But since it's my birthday, I wanted to do something a little special. And so what I have here are 5 Thundercats comic books. Now, why are these special? Well, they're not. But what is special is a contribution I did with my brother on a little fan fiction book of his called Master's End. We did these together. This was, for those who don't know, and many of you I'm sure do, Robert is hard at work on my brother Rob and his channel, Rob Norton. Go check it out if you haven't been watching it. He is hard at work on his own book, which is a fan fiction involving a bunch of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe characters. He's currently working on book 6. He started this years and years ago, like I'm talking over a decade. And it all started, I won't get into the deep history of it, but there were parts of it that involved the Thundercats, which he had asked me if I wanted to draw. And I was like, fuck yes, because I was always a big fan of the Thundercats. The cartoon, more so than the He-Man cartoons. I just had a little bit more exposure to Thundercats. I like the stories better. I like the characters better. They just, that was kind of my thing. We all liked it, me and my brothers. But that was something I gravitated to more so than He-Man. So when Rob was like, hey, let's, I'm doing this book. I have this portion with Thundercats in it. Do you want to draw it? And I said, yes. So I'm not going to go through the whole book here, but you can see, like, this is some of my art. This is older art, not colored, obviously, black and white. But the basic story is Skeletor from the He-Man universe invaded Third Earth and the Thundercats' home to try to steal the Eye of Thundera. And spoilers, he does. And then he goes and takes that and goes and wrecks He-Man and everyone on Eternia. So this is Rob's story, but this is certainly a passion of mine as well. I did parts of it in each of the first 3 books, because it was supposed to be just a one part where, like, hey, do this cool battle between Skeletor and the Thundercats. Cool. And then that was going to be it. I think he was going to have, the resolution between them later in one of the books. I'm not exactly sure how. I'm not sure if Rob even remembers what he was going to do. But at the time, as I'm doing like these 30 plus pages in the first book, I was like, I have a lot more ideas of what they could do. So I wrote a story continuing what happens in the first one, where Lion-O loses the Eye of Thundera, and he goes to Eternia to retrieve it, and he fights some of the people on Eternia, the Royal Guard, whatever you call them, and it ends on a cliffhanger. He meets up with Cringer, and they become pals, and it ends on a cliffhanger where he is going to go confront He-Man at Castle Grayskull. And then in the 3rd volume, I did a big fight scene between He-Man and Lion-O. They're both pretty messed up. They got fucked up by Skeletor, for those who haven't read it. But they have a big old fight for who gets to keep the Eye of Thundera. And that's like, this is not even half of the book, my contributions, but a good chunk. So I spent a lot of time, not nearly as much time as Robert on his books, because this is his passion project. But Thundercats have always been kind of a big deal for me. So I thought, since I had done that, and a lot of people are aware of what I had done with the Thundercats, like, let's look at some Thundercats comic books. So this is a mini series, 5 issues. I'm going to pump them all out in one video. So sit back, grab a drink, and let's look at these Thundercat comics. Done by Wildstorm back in, what's the year? 2002, early 2000s. So over 20 years ago, these were done. It was cool to see Thundercats again in a comic book, but the artist, Ed McGuinness, seemed like a natural fit for this. He actually kind of seems probably more natural fit for He-Man, now that I think about it, just the way he draws. Very musculature, kind of big biceps, big muscly guys. This looks more like a He-Man toy than a Thundercats toy, but it is what it is. It's fine. Like, I enjoy his art. It's not too terribly detailed. It's has kind of a cartoony vibe to it, very colorful, which is good for, a comic book based on a cartoon. So he's really good. I enjoy looking at his stuff. I don't know what he's up to today. I don't know what he's done. He did some Superman books. He did Superman Batman books. He did some stuff for Marvel with the Hulk. So he didn't draw all of these. I think this third one he didn't draw, but we'll get to that. So let's just bust these out, take a look at the story, and check out some cool art. So getting to the credits really quick. Written by Ford Lytle Gilmore. Ford Little Gilmore? Little? I don't know. Sorry. Pencils by Ed McGuinness. Inks by Jason Martin. So here we go. So my understanding is that this story takes place and it picks up in continuity with the cartoon, supposedly. I watched a lot of the cartoons. There's several dozens, couple hundred episodes. I don't think I watched them to the very end. I'm sorry. I watched a lot as a kid, and when I was drawing the Master's End stuff with Robert, I was watching them a lot, just get another feel for the characters, especially as I was writing some stuff, and I realized that his fucking sword could basically do anything because it's just a magic sword. But I think this picks up towards the end of that, where that has the 3 new characters from the original 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 or 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 if you include Snarf, which I didn't. Oh man, I fucked Snarf up in my comic. And I think they found a new Thundera at the end of the cartoon. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's pick up from there. So it's a cool shot. Lion-O and this guy. A new villain, Pyron. After it says, but evil has many faces. After I defeated Mumra, I was forced to fight a new villain, Pyron. The names of these cartoons were so super fucking silly, but I love it. It's so good in a great way. I think we'll see Mom Mutt. I love Mom Mutt, just that name. So just a little bit of he's doing kind of a little bit of a flashback. Mumra thought they had won. Then there's no way he could defeat their fiery champion. He was wrong, obviously. You fight fire with fire. Pyron defeated. I reclaimed the key of Thundera just in time. I was able to present it to the Guardian at exactly the 24th hour. It came to life. And that's cool. Like the lion or the cat inside the Eye of Thundera, that symbol, it came out. And returned new Thundera to its original grandeur. This is a momentous day. Pardon me, I'm still getting over a cold. So I think they're on New Thundera. Right? Must be. Which is a different planet. So he's talking to these assholes. What is her name? Pumaira. That's Bengali, right? So, and he's like, this isn't New Thundera, it is Thundera. We have a home world again. You know, if you don't know the lore, the history of the Thundercats, it's kind of like a Superman deal. They were the only ones from their planet, and it got fucking obliterated. I can't remember why it got destroyed, though. Probably over mining or something stupid. Maybe it was the mutants. Not the X-Men, but, you know, the bad mutants. So they have a new home. He's like, Panthro, send a beacon. And Tiger, I need you to begin designing a signal tower. Basically, anybody, if there are any other Thundercats out there in the world, they have a home to come to. So it goes back to the pyramid for Mumra. Cool shot. And the ancient spirits of evil are talking to themselves, and they're like, God, we suck. Mumra failed. Pyron's failed. Time for a new warrior. I'm sure this guy will take care of everything, all our problems. Why these ancient spirits of evil want to fuck up the Thundercats, I don't know. I mean, they're evil spirits. And they're ancient, so they're grumpy. So they get this guy, Shadow Master. And apparently, I think he's been on the show before. Because they're like, okay, you're our guy now. Go fuck him up. Do what we want. Destroy the Thundercats once and for all. He's like, ha ha ha, I'm evil. With pleasure, I have a score to settle. All right. And if you succeed, we shall free you from the Shadow Realm. But if you fail us, we shall bound you there for all eternity. I mean, isn't he already banished? So what's to lose? Shut up, you stupid piece of shit. Fear not, on Thundera in the shadows, my pet, blah, blah, blah. He's an asshole. He's a bad guy. All right, so I guess they're on New Thundera. I mean, it doesn't say. Usually it says, like, you know, New Thundera and Third Earth and wherever they're at. I mean, is New Thundera on Third Earth? That would make fucking sense. I thought it was a different planet. I don't know. But it doesn't explain in this. You have to know the cartoon. I should have watched the last episode. So, you got old blind guy here, Linkso, with, there's Panthro and Lino, obviously. So, there's shit going on. So, they're like, send out the only girl that we got. Oh, they got Pumaira, too. But send out Hot Chitara. So, she's already on her way. She zips out of this cat's lair, which is different from the usual cat's lair. So she goes out, and they're looking at this, like, it looks like a flood or water or blackness, but it's the shadow guy. He pops up over here. He's like, I've been expecting you. And he's talking villain shit. Don't worry, little kitten. I'm not going to hurt you yet. Deliver a message for me. Shadow Master is here. Tell him quickly. And then the shadows somehow are going to come at her. So she has an exclamation point. She says, and she's running. She's going to try and get out of there. I mean, Ed McGuinness, good art. He knows how to craft a story. You understand, for the most part, what's going on. I mean, I think these comics are kind of basic in the sense of how the cartoon was basic, in a good way. That's not a knock on it at all. So she zips out of there, takes her staff, plunks it on the ground, does this cool, like, flip, and lands on something to get out of the way of this black flood shadow shit. That's kind of a cool thing with her eyes glowing there. Pardon me. Okay, so he's creating an army of shadow puppets. So then it's going towards this shitty looking cats there. That's not nearly as cool looking as the original one. Am I right? I'm right. Cool shadow creatures, and she gets in there, and she says, it's the Shadow Master, and he's being an asshole again. Oh no, what shall we do? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out my fucking sword, because this takes care of all the problems. Now, you got to do something like this, in a comic like this, and he just basically did the same poses from the show. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Now, this always kind of bugged me. He says thunder here, here, and then here. And then it says Thundercats here. So it should be thunder, 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 Thundercats, but I guess it would be weird. Thunder, 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 Thundercats, you know? I don't know. But then what are you expecting? You're expecting the fucking, what do they call the power when it comes out? the cat's eye, the lion's roar. I don't know. But it should be something like that, right? Like over a cool fucking Castle Grayskull. Isn't that a fucking cool image? I think so. Yeah, I drew it. But instead, they just hoe out of there in a big team shot. That was always a little jarring to me, but whatever. So they all go busting out. They're going to fight these shadow creatures. Somehow, how do you fight a fucking shadow? Shadow box it? I don't know. Use your weapons to cut them in half. How? Okay, whatever. It's fucking magic, John. Get over it. We can keep doing this all day. It slows them down, but they reform as quickly as we can destroy them. Oh, fuck me. They're living shadows. Normal weapons don't do any real damage. Well, no shit, stupid. Sorry, I need a drink. What do? The only way to stop darkness is with light. Yeah, bring a fucking flashlight. So the Thunder Kittens, they show up and they throw these flash bombs, and you know, Lionel's just mean mugging it over here and posing up a storm. He's not doing shit. Get off your ass, Lionel. So we got to take off the Shadow Master himself. So they're still flash bombing, still flashing everyone. It's hard to draw children. Can I say that? I need to maybe practice more, but when I drew these in one of the books, briefly, I mean, that was years ago. I could probably do a better job now. I found it very difficult getting the proportions right. You basically have to just make their head bigger, their eyes bigger. I mean, it makes sense. My son, he's tall, he's a big boy, but he's got a big head, which is not proportionate to the rest of his body yet. He'll catch up. So, all right, they're surfing around, having a good old time. These hands pop up. They grab the little hoverboard, and he flops out, and they kill him right here. No, they don't, but you think one of these times that would have actually happened. So this guy, Bengali, right? He saves this little shit. So they're running out of bombs. They got to do something fast. They're just doing cool Thundercat shit. Meanwhile, Lionel's doing jack shit. You're just sitting around, I don't know, not doing anything. I mean, if you're a good supervisor, you make everybody do your work for you. I took a training in a supervisor class. That's the first thing they told me. Wildstorm ads. Oh my god, he's going after... He's finally doing something. I should have... So, let's see. So they figure out this one there. Destroy that one to reveal the Shadow Master. And, okay, cool. They finally find the one. So now Lionel's going to do something important, make it seem like he was, being useful the entire time. And he has to... I mean, did he ever do that in the show? Did he ever meow or roar or growl or anything? I don't think so. Not that I remember. So he fucks up this guy. Hey, Rusty, do you want to be part of the Thundercats? You're my little Thundercat. Oh, shit. As always, say hello to Rusty as he messes up another perfectly put camera. All right. Hey, buddy. Yes, you're cute. Different backdrop because my wife made, since it was my birthday, she made me a little nice breakfast birthday surprise this morning. It says it's a whole level up thing. Instead of getting older, you're leveling up. You know what I mean? So, okay. Shoots the Eye of Thundera at it. Uses a black light on him so he can see where all the semen is. And he fucks him up because that's, of course, this goddamn sword can do anything. That's why if you read our books, when he finally gets his sword with the Eye of Thundera back, I was like, I think Lionel would beat He-Man just because of this fucking sword. it's a trump card. It's a fucking what do you call it, Rusty? A get out of jail free card. It will do everything for you. I mean, He-Man's stronger for sure, but I don't know. This sword is pretty powerful. So all right, so they fuck up the Shadow Master and the ancient spirits of evil. Like, God damn it, what are we gonna do? I know. Let's resurrect our true champion. Let's get Mumra, because that always seemed to work out. And there's Mumra. And he's like, I shall not fail again. Ha 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 ha, yeah, I'm sure you won't. So cool. Cool issue 1. Let's move on to issue number 2. All right, so someone's talking about a flashback. So, Birds of Prey. That was not a good show. But it wasn't a horrible show, and I was in love with her at the time. Ashley Scott. She was very good-looking woman in that show. Anyways, Rusty, if you fuck up my camera again, I'm going to throw you across the room. Just lay down. You were fine. You were fine. I know you are excited that the Thundercats are... Rusty, move your thunder ass out of my way. Oh, cool. All right, so somebody's talking, flashback. So he's fighting, like this guy is fighting Mumra. It's Hachiman. Now, I apologize in advance for every time whenever I hear him talk, I'm going to replicate his voice to the best of my ability. And it's going to sound fucking horrible and probably racist because that's how it sounded in the cartoon. Anyways, he's talking about this. He fought this guy. He could not fight me with honor. But he would still lose. So, Hachiman, everybody's a man or something. That's more of He-Man. Anyways, Hachiman, Mumra, they're fighting. They're clashing swords. And he was sent to rescue, I think, Lion-O. I went to free Lion-O and Chitara. So Hachiman's talking with Tigra. It's like, I need Lion-O now. Where is he? He's on Thundera. I would glad to take you there with me. So it must be all on Third Earth, right? Like one planet, not 2 different planets. What do you think, buddy? You're a cat. You should know. So, cool little establishing shot of the pyramid and the mutants. Slythe, Monkeyan, Vulture Man, and Jackalman, right? Yeah. See, they're all men. It'd be funny if one was like Jackal Woman, or she Jackal, I don't know. Rusty, oh my God, dude, you do this every single time. Just, I'll accommodate you for everything. But again, Ed McGuinness is a good choice for these comics because his style lends itself into a cartoony vibe. It's very bright and colorful and just like the cartoon was. So he's like, okay, we're going to fuck up the Thundercats again, but this time it's going to be different as opposed to the hundreds of other times we fucking failed. Pardon me. And it's like, you will not fail me again. It's like, our failure, you've never succeeded with or without us. He's got a point. So who are you to criticize us? So he's like, how dare you speak to me? And he zaps his ass. And he makes Vulture Man here the leader of the mutants instead of Slythe. And remember your places and obey Vulture Man as if his orders were my own, for they are. So he got a promotion. He came in later. He wasn't with the original ones, was he, Rusty? Okay, buddy, I love you. I really do. Oh, God, ow! He's attacking. All right, see you, buddy. I'm going to push you off. He came in later in the cartoon somewhere. Right? Right. So, puts him in charge, and off they go. So, yeah, they didn't go into space. That's for fucking sure. They didn't travel through space. So they go from where they were at one cat's lair to another. Now, I guess it's like a country, maybe. I don't know. So what brings you to Thundera, Hachiman? And so he says here, I have come to you in a time of need, Lionel-san. My father is very ill, and I need the healing waters of the Garden of Thundera to save him. Now again, that's me mimicking the original voice. That's not me making up that voice. Sure, buddy, let's go to the waters of garden. Or I could just take my sword over there, and I'm sure it would heal him, because that's, magic sword. So, okay, they're going to go and they're going to do that. The Thunder Kittens will stay and help Panthro, and they're like, we want to, Tiger just got here. Why, and he's like, we haven't seen him in a long, why can't he stay? They want Tiger to stay. They haven't seen him in a while. So, because Hachiman needs our help, and he needs it now. Thank you, Lord of the Thundercats. And then these fuckers come in, they don't surprise him yet. But they're about to. They're swooping in on their sky sleds, or whatever you fucking call them. What do they call this? Can't remember. I kind of like the one that he's on, because he just sticks his head in a little cockpit right there. So he's giving orders, and he's like, yeah, so great leader. And he's like, attack! I think he caws all the time, so they shoot at him. They're flying in the air. We're almost there, Hachiman. And then they shoot him, and they're going down. And because he's a monkey. That's a cool mace right there. They both got maces? We have something different weapons. Well. I thought you took care of the mutants. So did I. They crash into each other. Idiots! So he tells Sly since he's the fastest, take him down. Which he does. And they crash. Back at the lair. They're talking with Panthro. And I think he's working on something. Oh, he's working on a beacon. So they want other Thundercats to show up. Danger Girl, so good. Such a good drawing. J. Scott Campbell, my man. I met him once. I almost talked to him in the bathroom, but I decided not to. And they're talking, what are they saying? That she wants more people. He's like, it could be a long time. And I think more of them will want to come home. And they just want people. They just want more Thundercats around. They want to be a bigger family, I guess. So cool, double page splash page of fighting. I mean, Ed McGuinness, he's very sound on his anatomy here. He has a very almost blocky way of doing it. I like the ink lines here, like the little feathering ticks that they do there on like the shadows and stuff. Cool backgrounds, just cool page, bro. Good job. So Tiger's whipping around. He misses by a mile, but he whips the tree behind him and pulls it down. Do they just sit there and fucking watch him do that? And, cool badass shot of him. Cool shadows. Eyes lighting, glowing. Where'd he go? God. I know they're just like kind of, if you hadn't read or watched the Thundercats cartoon, this is kind of good, homages, but that's what they did in like the first few episodes when they first fought him. He disappeared and they don't know where he went and just fucks him up. All right, so Slide, he's coming at Hachiman. He's like, he swings and misses. He dodges out of the way, I guess. And he's flying by him with his momentum. And he takes the back of his sword, hits him in the back, and he just flumps over, fucking passed out. And then he's probably going to, slit him open from, like his big old belly. That's what he should do, but it's cartoon. See, this tells you how far back this was, when Firefly wasn't even a thing yet. So sad about Firefly. So good. So, Voltron fighting Lion-O. This is funny. This is essentially a scene that I wanted to do in the second book that I did. When Lion-O shows up in the book that we did, in our fan fiction, when he shows up, he has this fight with these Masters of the End, Masters of the Universe characters, right? And I was kind of on a crunch. I just needed to get this done. I wanted this fight to go a lot longer. And if we ever reprint this into a bigger book like we want to, I may do some more pages and add more of a fight. But at one point here, because I don't have Mecha Neck, Mr. Stretchy Neck, do much of anything except get his ass kicked right at the beginning. I was going to have him come down on one of those flying sleds, and he was going to shoot at Lion-O, and he was going to pull a Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, where he deflects the bolts away with his sword, and then as he flies by, he was going to swipe down and cut off the nose of it. He's going to go twirling, and it'll crash, and it'll jump away. Just a cool little moment, homage from that Star Wars Return of the Jedi. This is what they do here. Exact same goddamn thing. I thought of it first. Wait, no, I didn't. This was before I did that. Anyways, I thought of it independently from this. So I should still get credit, but that's cool, right? Great minds think alike. Blocks him, he's coming in, he swipes down, he goes off, and bounces away. Now, how did you all get back to Thundera? Where were they? And why did you attack us, creature? Mum-Ra made us. He summoned us to destroy the Thundercats. Tell Mum-Ra if my father dies because of your insolence, I will be back for vengeance. Yeah, we're all scared. What are you gonna do? Probably hit him in the back of the head and yell, "Soup can!" So he goes running off. So they fucked up the mutants, and they're talking with Panthro, and he makes him a new Thunder Tank. And that's the end of that issue. To be continued. I mean, it's not a cliffhanger. That's just kind of a cool thing. I mean, it's just basic design. Not as cool as the original Thunder Tank. But cool art, cool story. Get the job done. All right. Where are we next? Issue number 3. Same writer, different artist. I wish it was this cover artist, Joe Mad. Looks cool. I mean, very different. There's my mutt. Man, I want to name a dog Mom Mutt. My wife would never go for it. So, I forget who this lady is. She's a space cop. Oh, Mandora, Evil Chaser, First Class. So she's chasing somebody. I never really liked this issue because of different artists. Not bad, right? Still cartoony. But just, you know, when you're used to one artist and a name artist and then you get a different style, it's kind of jarring. Sorry for the shadows. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting that I need to do for this. I can't have the overhead light that I have because then it glares. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know. Unsubscribe. Anyways, she's doing what? Pursuing criminals. And there's these guys, the Lunatics. Tax. I don't remember these guys from the cartoon at all. Tekken 4. I think Tekken 4 was my favorite Tekken game. There's a shitload of them now. I think 8 of them. And probably 3 or 2 is probably the best. But I like 4, even though it didn't have nearly as many characters. Side note. I mean, okay. This is just... these faces are just silly to me. So the Thundercats, they're in the Thunder Tank. Another silly face. More lunatic shit, more Bandoras on the case, more Die Another Day. Silly faces, silliness going on. What is going on here? Don't know. And that's kind of interesting with the hair going on. I mean, it must be a Wildstorm thing to have this fucking hair going crazy. Have you seen them in the Wildcats? What are they talking about? I don't know. They captured her. I'm sure the Thundercats are gonna rescue her. All right, Chitara, what's going on? Chitara! Wait, why? Something boomed outside. Something exploded. Okay, so she finds out that the lunatics have hijacked the ship, imprisoned Mandora. Alright, so they're going to go save her. They jump off. They come, crashing through. He growls again. They tell him to land. Oh, hello. Another silly face. And they fight. It's not very clear what's going on here. And I don't have the patience to figure it out. Weird fucking panel structure. I mean, you still get it. You still read it correctly. It's just jarring. And then it comes, is that intentional? That tangent line? With that curved smile going in there? I don't know. What the fuck? I mean, thinking outside the box, literally. I mean, I'd just do some boxes. They're doing something creative here, but it's just weird to me. All right, so they fight, and looks like they save her. And all right, going back to Mumra. No matter what planet we are on, no matter how much stronger or smarter we make those insufferable mutants, no matter which one of them I put in charge, the Thundercats always win. So are they on a different planet or not? Tell me, I need to know. Let's see. So, let's see. Fly away and snatch him up. He sends his dog turned into a fucking bat. Bring me the littlest Thundercat. Oh, God. To be continued. Oh, cool source book. Art Adams. Good art by Art. Featuring the art of Jim Lee, Ed McGuinness, Arthur Adams, Alec Garza, Kyrie Andrews, Dustin Nguyen, and other top artists. Get it in November. There's a thing there. All right, that's book 3. I'm going to try and fix this lighting issue. I don't know if that's better or not, but it is what it is. Hey, cool. It's Django Fett. All right, that was issue 3. Issue number 4. Let's see. That's not Ed McGuinness. That's Pat Lee. Is that Pat Lee? Looking for signature. No, that's not. No. I forget. Who is that, Robert? Anyways. We got Ed McGuinness back on interior duty, so that's good. So, last one. The fucking mutt was going to get this little kitten. He looks way too small, though. Like, he looks about my son's age, which is 1.5. They're supposed to be, what, like 8 or 9? Looks too young here, in my opinion. So, he's sky sledding, and his little sister is with him. They're bouncing around. They're having good times. She's teasing, calling him little brother. He's getting mad. Let's see. Pay attention. You might be able to keep up with me. So she's still teasing him. Throwing a smoke bomb. But, while they were fucking around, with unbeknownst to her, that mom mutt came and snatched him out, and he's going to go and fucking eat him. That'd be cool, right? Pencils by Big Daddy McGinnis. That's funny. All right, so that's, Peril. All right, so they were working on a beacon because now they're on New Thundera, wherever that is. New planet, I don't fucking know. So they're looking at it, they're talking about it, they're happy about it. They're like, you did a good job, Lionel, even though you don't do much except, rely on that fucking sword. I bet if I had that fucking sword, I could do all the things you do. Like, ain't that the truth? And like, look at him here. Wouldn't it be funny if he had a Hitler mustache? He's doubting himself. Fucking get over it, Lionel. You're fine. I mean, everyone knows that you couldn't do shit without that sword, but whatever. Flip the switch, motherfucker. All right, so he flips it. And the beacon's sent out. Now we wait. Now we play the waiting game. Waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos. All right, so she comes in. Fucking dog snatched the cat out of the sky. He's like, oh, shit. It's probably Mumra, blah, blah, blah. We'll go save him. It's probably a trap. Like, yeah, I know. If Mumra wants to escalate this war, we'll bring it to him. I'll infiltrate his pyramid before. I've infiltrated it before. I'll do it again. That's what he does in my book. He infiltrates. I mean, it's a broken up one because of some shit Skeletor did, but he still does it. And this time I'm taking you with me. Who's he talking to? All right. So back at the pyramid. Cool shadow on it. I like that. Crack-a-coon. He's gonna boil him alive and then eat him, apparently. Okay. So he's like, you did good, Mamut. Let's see. You don't want to stay here with me and Mamut? You're not even giving us a chance. Yeah, let's hang out with him. No! We've given you enough chances, Mumra, and I've got backup. So, all right. Shit's about to go down. Same shit, different day, right? Mumra, it's a cool transformation. I mean, that'd be I often talk about, like, that would be a cool piece of art if you could buy the original pencils or inks, have that on your wall. That'd be cool if you're a Thundercat fan. Hey, it's my birthday. If anybody has that, wants to give it to me. All right. Now give me the sword. Okay. What if you just said, okay, give it to him? And that's how it ended. That'd be funny. Thunder, 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 Thundercats, ho. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, stupid. I mean, even I did it. I mean, I kind of did it. I didn't do the thunder, thunder, thunder. I just did the one. You didn't have time for it here. Thundercats, ho! Get the fuck out here. If you want to buy those books, let me know. Because you can't buy them, but, there's other ways to get them. All right. Now they stepped in the light, and now he's stepping back. He's like, okay, I want you guys to do all the hard stuff, and I'm going to look cool in the background. So they're growling at each other like, this will be different. No, it won't. Of course it won't. That's cool. Obviously. I like the statue in the back. I mean, it's a down perspective looking up. Hard angle to do. Growling again with a little symbol. All right. Or Django. All right. So, what's going on back here? That's kind of cool with Chitara jumping back there. You see her there, and onto the gate. She gets up there. Thump, thump, thump. That's nice. While they're fighting. So she gets up there, and she's going to let them loose. Some of these Thundercats look fucking creepy, though, don't they? Like, And it's cool. And it's hot Chitara. Alright, so Panthro, he's doing the hard work. He's like, God, they only bring me in this to lift heavy things. I'm more than muscle, goddammit. So he picks up his coffin, he throws it into the well of souls or whatever. This ends now, Mum-Ra. And what does he do? You're next. What did he do? I mean, he threw the thing he threw the coffin in, so I guess that makes him vulnerable. And does... Well, what is this? What did he... I don't understand what this is and what went on here. What is he... I mean, that's his sword. Did he break his sword? Like his weird energy sword? Alright, whatever. Thundercats looking creepy. So they saved him. They think they fucked him up. But of course not. He's still here. And he's like, okay, I fucked up. But I have another idea. And I have someone who can definitely do something this time. And it's Groon, the Destroyer. Groon is a Thundercat. He was in one of the episodes, but I think he was only a spirit. I think this is going to be the first time he's back as flesh and blood. I think. I don't know. That was issue 4. Again, I mean, I'm skipping over a bunch of the stuff. I mean, Ed McGuinness' art is really good. You know, there's no denying that. And he was, you know, he was doing a bunch of DC stuff at the time. So he was able to take time out to do these cool Thundercats issues. Probably a passion project for him, I'm guessing. All right, number 4. Let's get into the last issue. Number 5. That's cool. So, Mum-Ra, being evil, being spooky, being scary. Cool angle on the pyramid. So he's trying to convince Groon to help him. Why should I do it? I mean, I know we're both evil, but yeah. It's like, I brought you back. You owe me. If you defeat them, you become the new Lord of the Thundercats. If you cross me, you'll like live to regret it. He gives him back his mace, his Thunderium mace. So, you know, everything's going according to plan. But then he has my original mace and the Sword of Plundar. Is that what that was? Alright, so he has two cool weapons to take on Lion-O. So, hey, there's Jaga. Or Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he was like sitting there watching Lion-O jerk off, apparently. He's like, this is what I do. You should see what Chitara does. Alright, so he's coming to warn him. And then he's like, I'm going to leave. Like, why? Because I'm sick and tired of, like, worrying about you guys. Like, I'm fucking dead. You think I'd have some rest. But no, I still got to worry about everything. Can't I just move on to whatever, like, Thundercat heaven there is? Where it's just constant, like, you know, neck scratches and catnip. I wish you luck. Thank you. Goodbye. Say goodbye to the others. Can't you do it yourself? Fuck that. No, well, I'll say goodbye to Chitara. That's it. Oh, and speaking of, she was also watching. Pumaira, I guess. All right. So she's like, we have a visitor, so put some fucking clothes on, would you? Or don't. And Groon's here. He's like, hello, Lion-O. What the fuck do you want? I want to fight you. He's like, okay, I will. Because, you know, I fight with honor and I have to accept this challenge. All right. All right. It is my duty to defend the Thundera from usurpers. God, I can't say that word. Usurpers. There we go. Oh, fucking snarf. Nyarf, nyarf. Man, he got fucked up in my book. Let's take a look. So part of the thing about these books is like Skeletor just fucking kills people, right? This is an adult book. It's not for children. And he fucks people up. I'm sorry if like, you know, these are your favorite characters, or I'm sorry if Snarf is your favorite character, but he just fucks Snarf up. Just grabs his tail and head and just rips it out with his spine still in it. Snarf! Sorry, Snarf. So they're telling him, like, you don't gotta do this. Like, let's just go out there and, like, dogpile him. Or catpile. Like, no, I have to. My honor demands it. All right, I guess. Like, you think any of us are going to follow this fucker? If he wins, then we're just going to be pissed at you, Lion-O. Let's just all take him out. Smart person would just, like, not take any chances. But honor demands it. So, are they at the good cat's lair? Was there an establishing shot that I missed? Nope. All right, so they're going to fight, and he's got two weapons. And he's like, say hello to your fart. He snarls, and he gurs at him. He roars, and he hisses, because they're cats. Stupid. But, you know, still badass art. Can't deny that at all. Swings at him. He jumps out of the way. He lands over him, looking creepy. When I say creepy, I mean he looks cool, but like sometimes with their glowing eyes, they can just look creepy as fuck. So he's gonna come at him, and he's gonna come at him, and he clangs. Then he hits him in the back with his the butt of his mace. But then they fight. He trips him and he loses. I mean, in any of these issues, were you ever worried that Lion-O was going to lose? No, you weren't. But that's not the point. It's not about the tension and the drama. It's about fucking cool shit that we remember as kids, or, you know, the cool shit we saw as kids. So he has him, and he's going to slit his throat. No, he doesn't, but he should. So he's like, so I won. Now take off. Be gone forever. But it's like, you have to kill your opponent, but you don't have what it takes to be king. So he's going to jump at him from behind. But Lion-O turns. He backhand him. Pow! And he just falls to into the pit. So Groon is gone. All right. So that was it. Like, Groon shows up and he gets beat down. I guess Lion-O, you know, he knew what he was doing. He's like, now I can just like sit back and watch the rest of you do all the hard work for another bit. I've done my keep. All right. So it goes back, and now we switch to a different artist suddenly for the last few pages. Sorry. Joe Phillips. Do I know that name? All right, I'm going to read this. I know what he's doing. There's the Book of Omens, right? And I don't really remember what this does specifically, but it's a magical book. Has their history, a bunch of stuff. Thank you so I'm going to read this a little bit. Thank you for coming back to see me. I'll be back before the first ship arrives. Time comes to a near complete standstill within the Book of Omens. Although I'll train with the Guardian for years, I should be back within a few days. So he's going to get more training, and he's going to come back. So he's going to be gone for a long time in his mind, but only be a few days. When I return, I'll possess the knowledge of the book itself, our history, our culture, our legacy. I'll have the wisdom to lead us into our renaissance and the prowess to fight back any evil that may oppose us. Not fucking Skeletor. Panthro is in charge while I'm gone. He spent most of yesterday going over my plans for rebuilding our planet. If any Thunderians actually return before I do, he knows what to do. I'll see you all soon. So he goes into the books and he gets transported, weird mystical shit. It says, "Godspeed, my king." I mean, is that a saying that they would use? Godspeed, whatever. All right, so they're all happy. Mum-Ra, he's still pissed off. Mama retrieved a sword. And he's like, all right, what's next? The Thundercats' arrogance is going to be their final undoing. I set up a series of easy challenges that I ensure Lion-O won't lose. Oh, that makes fucking sense. And they think they've actually gotten the better of us. All I had to do was let them win a few battles, and they forget there's a war. So he's playing the long game. All right, now I'm interested. I set up an easy victory over that overconfident grunt Groon, and they think they've reclaimed their planet. So was it a fucking new planet or not? Oh, I'll let them rebuild. I'll let their society grow. Let it become a new civilization. Just as I'll let them grow complacent. Let them forget about Mum-Ra and his loyal hound. Let them believe they've really defeated us. When they've built a kingdom worthy of my conquest, I'll strike. I'll claim the world of Thundera as my own. And that cocky little shit Lion-O will not even be around to protect them. Thanks to a simple temporal spell, Lion-O won't even realize time has not stopped while he is away. Oh. They'll never know what hit them, but those who survive will know whom their new lord and master is. He is Mum-Ra, the ever-living. So, that sets up another storyline that I have most of the issues. So he says, Lion-O goes into the Book of Omens, right? And it's only supposed to be gone a few days, even though it'll be years for him. So he can do all this training, get all this knowledge, basically go to school for like 4 or 5, 10 years, whatever. But he's only supposed to be back. Like, nothing is supposed to really change, and he's going to come back a new man. I mean, he was a young boy, and then he got, in the first episode, they slept in these, like, cryo tubes or something like that. But his body grew, but his mind didn't. So even though he had a body of a man, he was still a boy. So now his mind will catch up. That'll be nice. And now Chitara can look at him without, like, feeling weird about it. But Mum-Ra says that he put a spell, so even though he's supposed to come back only in a few days, time will not stop. So if he's gone 5 to 10 years, that's how much time is going to pass in the real world. And that picks up in the next series, and it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic kind of future. Lion-O comes out of the Book of Omens, and Mum-Ra has taken over. He's fucked up everything. He's enslaved the Thundercats. He's, I think, killed some of them. Wily Cat and Wily Kit have grown up. I remember Wily Kit was like a woman. And they were both wearing like these little like slave outfits. So, but I don't know, maybe I'll look at those issues sometime, but I don't have the final issue. I know I never did. So I don't really know how it ends. But there was Thundercats. And I did that because I have a little history with Thundercats in my own little way, thanks to my brother Rob, from these books. Let's look at the cool swords. Yeah, those are the cool covers. So if you're at all interested in getting these, hit me up. And we can make arrangements for you to get these books. They're pretty thick. They're graphic novel size, 80 to 100 pages at least. I contributed to the first 3. And then my brother Rob, he has done all himself with book 4 and 5, focusing only on the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe characters. And he's finishing that up with book 6. He's working on it right now, if you didn't know. So, if you want any of those, including his, I should have grabbed those. Yeah, I'll do it another time. Message me or hit me up on Instagram. I shouldn't. You can't. If you follow me on Instagram, you can message me there. But send me a message and we can make arrangements. So thank you for watching this video. And I again, see you on the next one. Thank you all.